Alright, so now to check the Bissel Powerforce. So we're going to have to take this thing apart to get to the motor, and then we can patch the cord, see how it runs, but I think it's going to be okay. We've got a foam exhaust filter. I've already taken the bag out. I think I know why it was thrown away. I just stuck my shop vac into the outlet, and it doesn't feel like it's pulling anything from it. So we probably got a clog. Thankfully, in order to patch the cord, we can, I think on these, we can just remove this little cover here, move the handle just to get it out of the way. Tools off too. Alright, so now we have access to the back of the machine, and pry these up. This one will be fairly easy to rewire. That's good. But we can patch in. So before I turn this thing on, I'm actually going to dump this clog out of here and get at it from down here. We're going to have to pull the bottom plate off. Jeez. Well, we'll worry about the rest of that in a minute. First, we're going to undo this and see what we can do about cleaning this. This takes a Bissel Style 7 belt. Take the brush roll off here real quick. But now that the clog is clear, we can check and see if this thing will work or not. And I'm just checking to see if the motor itself is going to turn on and for how it sounds. Of course, it just blew a bunch of dust in my face, but it runs. Sounds good too. So I just got the new cord all wired in. I use wire nuts for this one, which, as long as you cover them with electrical tape, they should be okay. I'll throw this cover back on. So, get the cord out of the way, we'll wrap it up and stow it away. And since this was a good used cord, I do have to cut this strain relief off of this one. Again, not a big deal. I did happen to see, while I was looking at this, that there was a lot of debris that's in between the motor casing here. So I'm going to pull the top cover off and have a better look at it. Hopefully my drill will fit. Not as dirty as I thought it would be. No matter. Alright, so I have another brush roll, which I got out of another trash pick machine. And we're going to change this brush roll out. So we'll see. I've got this other brush guard from another machine, which they're both in about the same condition, so it's not a huge deal. But here we have this brush roll, which spins a little bit. This one spins a lot better. Grab our belt, throw that through, And what we're going to do is just loop this onto the motor shaft. And then rotate the brush roll around. So, throw this one on. These, I think, are probably the best vacuum Bissel has made, at least in recent years, mainly because they're cheap. They're very easy to break down at service, and parts are very cheap for them as well. If I was to buy a new brush roll for one of these, I've seen them on Amazon for just over 10 bucks. I'm not even kidding. But the bags are cheap. You can buy the bags in bulk. And the belts are cheap. I mean, even parts like those are cheap as well. This is just a very maintenance-friendly vacuum. And I've actually kind of liked these vacuums. I've had kind of a good experience with them. Here's the other belt from the other vacuum. It's not in bad shape, but it's just stretched out. So that ain't worth keeping. So here we have the rest of the machine. Now I've already taken the liberty of sticking a bag in there, but I do have a better conditioned filter from the trash pick machine. And these filters smell like dog, so kind of a good idea. We're throwing them away anyways. And you can actually get a HEPA style filter for this filter. But this is just obviously kind of like a Scotch-Brite type filter. It's not really going to filter much. One other thing I do like about these particular vacuums is the bags, even though they're really cheap, they have a gasket on them, so they seal a lot better than some of the other cheaper machines do. Again, these machines aren't the best, but for the price point, they're really not all that bad. Like I said, I actually have a little bit of a soft spot for these, but this is garbage. You could probably wash these out, but again, these filters are just, they're so cheap to purchase that there's really not much of a point. You might as well just replace them.